morning, Internet dwellers! And in today's Washington War Stories, let's see. This is a Russian cruiser, and well, here's the thing about anything Russian in this game is it's always frickin' hacked, because for some reason the Russian programmers want their ships to be the best in the game. So it's the way the world works. Who am I to complain? But I should at least take advantage of it, don't you think? Boom! Alright, so in today's story, we're going to talk about what it was like for me to be in Washington, D.C. during 9/11. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking to yourselves, Billy, 3,000 innocent Americans died that day. It is a freaking day of sorrow and solace. Surely you're not going to find humor in that day, are you? Why, yes, I am. All right. Okay, so a little background. At the time, me and my brother were working for what used to be MCI, but which became WorldCom. And, all right, let's take a turn. I don't want to be the first one to die. Okay, I'm going to let some other motherfucker go in there first, like these guys. Oh, I'm so confused. Maybe I should go this way. Anyway, so we were consultants for WorldCom, and we actually had a consulting business, and we had frickin' all kinds of we had about 18 whores working for us. Anyway, hey, I need my steering wheel. Give me that back. Anyway, as a consultant, a good consultant, okay, the regular everyday consultants, they made you work like a frickin' dog, right? But we were the kind of consultants that could get away with shit. How much shit? This much shit. Oh, freaking hit the mountain? Okay, I would show up for work somewhere between 9:30 and 10. At 11:30, I would break for lunch. I would return from lunch sometime between 1 and 1:30. At about 3 to 3:30, I would end my day with a trip to the local bar with the senior managers, and we would all get drunk, and I would pay the tab. Ta-ting! Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Anyway, so in the day in question, okay, I think we lived in South Riding at the time. My brother had, because he's my frickin' brother, he had to have the biggest frickin' house in the frickin' neighborhood, because that's the way he is. And me, being sane, I got a frickin' condo. Why? You don't have to mow the frickin' lawn of a condo. You don't have to paint the frickin' condo. Anyway, as you can see, I'm a little bitter about that, because I was constantly mocked for that. And it was cheaper. Did I mention that it frickin' was cheaper? Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and we would commute. We would commute to work. He'd come pick me up, and then we'd go down the frickin' toll road, and hit 66, cut through the Pentagon parking lot, and frickin' park in the Pentagon City Mall parking lot. Because the office building was in Pentagon City, and because we were fucking scum of the earth consultants, we didn't get a parking spot in the building like frickin' everybody else. We had to frickin' park on the street. But we got paid 3 times more than everybody else, so we kind of frickin', it all balances out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so it's like 9-ish in the morning, and I'm waiting for my brother to pick me up in his frickin' brand new expensive car that he won't let me drive. And I frickin' noticed that one of the frickin' towers is frickin' on fire. And they say a frickin' plane ran inside the frickin' building. I'm going like, what? It's this frickin' beautiful day. This kind of scared. And I'm thinking, because the last thing in my mind was like, some terrorists took a frickin' plane full of people and crashed it into the side of the building. I mean, who would think that crazy shit? Uh-oh. It's glitching. Why is it shooting at me? Oh, just what? See, when a battleship shoots at you like that, one hit and you're frickin' dead, especially when I'm sideways like this. Alright. Anyway, so I'm like, what is this? Frickin' health problems? Did the pilot die? Did the frickin' plane, did the steering wheel stop working? Right, I didn't think of it, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't spend, because, I'm that kind of guy. I really didn't spend a lot of time thinking about it, right? So I jump in my frickin' brother's car, we frickin' toodaloo down the road, and we put down on our favorite frickin' program, and it wasn't classical music. It was frickin' Howard Stern, yeah. So we're listening to Howard Stern as we're driving in, and I'm like, hey, Is he talking about two buildings? Was a second building hit? And about that frickin' time we're trying to figure out if that's true, I look out the window. Oh, come on, silly machine. We're about Boston. We're at Boston, and I notice all this frickin' smoke coming up over the frickin' tree line. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, somebody's house is on fire. And then, right about that, just as soon as I had that silly thought, the frickin' radio goes like, fucking Pentagon just got hit by a plane, we're all gonna die! And I looked at my frickin' brother, who is a frickin' asshole. I go like, guess what? School's canceled. Frickin' snow day, take me home. Oh man, this thing's awesome. Anyway, what are the torpedoes on? I gotta get rid of kilometers to be effective. Anyway, so I go like, hey man, take me home. We're not working today. And my frickin' asshole brother, man, had some sort of frickin', I don't know if he went into shock or something, but he started screaming crazy shit like, I ain't letting no frickin' terrorists stop me from making fucking money. Fuck it. We're going to fucking work. And of course, going to work involves driving through the fucking Pentagon parking lot. And since the Pentagon parking lot was next to the Pentagon, and the Pentagon was burning, okay, I thought that that would be a bad idea. But I couldn't convince this motherfucker. So guess what? While the attack was still on, because there's a fourth plane, nobody knew where the frick the fourth plane was, but I had a good idea where it might be showing up, you know? So he tries to drive through the Pentagon parking lot. And you're gonna be shocked to hear this, but all of a sudden all these dudes with machine guns showed up and started pointing them at us. And started going like, you got a badge? No? Then get the hell out of here, you fucking morons. But that wasn't good enough for him. So they turns around, now he's gonna try and sneak through DC to get to frickin' Arlington, the Pentagon City, right? So frickin' all traffic stops right in Foggy Bottom. We hardly got into DC. Frickin' Foggy Bottom, right in front of the frickin' State Department. All shit stops, okay? And frickin' my brother looked at me, because you can see the frickin' Pentagon, frickin' clear as day, burns, just frickin' flames and smoke. And frickin' idiot brother goes like, hey man, this is awesome. This is like being on frickin' December 7th. At Pearl Harbor, you know? And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? I wouldn't want to have been there either. Take me home. Because now I'm worried about that frickin' fourth plane. Okay, I'm looking up frickin' sky, you know, because I know it's going to get shot down. Okay, and I know that if it's shot down, it's going to fucking hit somebody on the ground. And that person, I didn't want to be me. But the only frickin' plan for frickin' my survival that I had at the time was that if the plane was falling on me, I might be able to dodge it. Like in dodgeball. Yeah, I mean, thank God I never had to act on that plane, but, you know, that would have been it, you know. Me scrambling, hiding behind the trash can while the frickin' plane landed on top of me, you know. Anyway, and then frickin' people from the State Department were running out of the frickin' building, like, and begging people for rides, anybody that was heading out of the frickin' city. My frickin' crazy brother finally gets a clue, and he goes like, hey, man, we gotta get out of here, help me get out of D.C. Because he was just frozen, he didn't know what to do. I go, look, man, it's simple. Frickin' make a U-turn and take us out of here the way we frickin' came. Right? And he goes, I shit you not. He goes like, I can't do that, a U-turn is illegal. I go, bitch! Okay, first of all, the police are busy right now, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. And if you get a ticket, I'll pay for the ticket. Right? And he still wouldn't do it. And finally, this is what caught him. I go like, can I drive your new shiny Porsche? Huh? Oh, by the way, it was a real Porsche. Frickin' SUV! It's not a real Porsche. Anyway, let's not fight that back. Anyway, the point is that as soon as the idea of me driving his car popped into his head, he kind of like frickin' the shock wore off, you know. And he goes like, "No, I'll do it." So I make a U-turn, and we get the hell out of there. And then I go home, and I had just frickin' married the frickin' second wife too, man. So I sat home with my a new wife, watching people falling out of buildings for frickin' 2 days. Anyway, and then the misery didn't end there. Because then somehow all the mail got anthrax on it because I don't know. Somebody sent an anthrax letter, and somehow my frickin' mail got covered with frickin' anthrax. At least that's what they said. I bet Alex Jones had a pretty different idea about how that all went down. Anyway, so alright, so now, alright, I'm sitting here one day, you know, in the conference room. Which, by the way, was the conference room that overlooked the Pentagon, you know, the side where the frickin' plane hit. So now I'm sitting in this conference room, the Pentagon has a big frickin' hole in it, You know, people are starting to freaking pile up freaking memorials and flowers and stuff. And these freaking guys in the office, because the meeting hasn't started yet, they're going like, well, what are you doing to freaking kill the anthrax spores, right? And this freaking guy goes like, I put my, you know, because they're comparing notes on how to deal with the spores, because everyone's afraid they're going to die. And the one guy goes like, well, you know, I've freaking taken iron and I iron my freaking letters before I, you know, open them up. And the other guy's like, oh, really? Well, I put all my mail in a freaking, in the microwave. And another guy goes, well, freaking, I put all my mail, let's see, there was the microwave, there's the iron. Oh, that's right. He would freaking put it in the dryer, right? And then they look at me, okay, and they go like, hey, Billy, what do you do to protect yourself from the anthrax? And I wasn't even freaking trying to be funny, okay, but I go, well, I just told him the truth. I go like, dude, the wife opens up the mail. I just have my wife open the mail, right? And for some reason, that came across as freaking a really dickhead thing to say, right? And what made it worse is I had a reputation for freaking saying the most obnoxious things. But I wasn't trying to be obnoxious. I was just, anyway. And then if that wasn't bad enough, you couldn't even freaking put gas in your car or go to the freaking Home Depot without freaking being taken out by a goddamn sniper. You know? Man. It was like, anyway, and guess what? That's when me and the wife who moved to freaking Orlando. Okay? And by the way, I was the only one that freaking abandoned ship. Okay? There's a bunch of freaking people in the office, man. One lady, she went all the way to freaking Seattle, Washington to get away from the freaking falling airplanes, anthrax spores, and freaking random sniper rounds. You know? Oh. You know, I love DC, but I hate that fucking place too, man. I really do. Oh. It's just, you know, it was bad enough when, you know, with all these corrupt freaking pieces of shit congressmen and senators running around, you know. But then you add fucking in terrorists, okay? Then all of a sudden life starts to become a little unlivable. You know? Anyway. So then I moved to Orlando. Anyway, that's gonna be about it for the story. I hope you enjoyed the story. And I'm also gonna do a rant video today because I want to frickin' talk shit about that FBI agent who just got fired. You know, the one that frickin' filled out the affidavit. Anyway, hasta la